Guys, we're going to move on to the 10 p.m. nightcap, if you will. Chase, you mentioned Pac-12 After Dark a second ago. This is a real throwback to Pac-12 After Dark here. We have Utah and UCLA. Now, Utah is coming in as a 6-point favorite on the road. 10 o'clock game at Fox is unreal. Obviously, UCLA plays in the Rose Bowl, so that is where the game is being held. Chase, what do you got here?
If this was a season ago, Freddie, I'll tell you this. If this was a season ago, we'd have been sitting here like, they are on the rise. They are on the rise. And why we'd say that is because Cam Rising was projected to be back in a Utah Utes uniform. Sadly, didn't go the way they wanted to last season. They did start 4-0. They did start 4-0, beat out Oklahoma State for that fourth game, that fourth win. But if you didn't know, Utah ended the season 5-7. Cam Rising had more injuries to deal with, which eventually led him to medically retire. I think he was granted another year of eligibility this year, but he decided to
He
retire.
was, yes.
Okay, I thought so. So Utah last year, I think, was it was a sad team because you had a team that we all thought was going to win the Big 12 and instead was one of the worst Big 12 teams that could have been. And then you're also talking about a UCLA team that joined the Big 10 and they had one win in the first 6 weeks and it was against Hawaii by 3. I can't say this is one of the worst games I've picked. I'm going to ride with my Utes though, just because usually they have a really solid defense. Usually they have things together. Maybe they'll find it this year. Just had to get Cam Rising out of the locker room to kind of just focus on themselves instead of hoping for a savior.
Yeah, coming into this game, obviously both teams are going to debut new transfer quarterbacks. Obviously, with UCLA, you have Nico, and then with Utah, it's Devon Dampier from New Mexico. So it's going to be interesting to see both of these quarterbacks in this game. Um, Oddly enough, both teams last year had really good defenses. UCLA, I think, was top 10 nationally in run defense, which if you look at, obviously how their season turned out, you wouldn't have really thought that. However, that is true. Um, I'm going to ride with the more veteran coach here and Kyle Whittingham and the Utah Utes as well. Deshaun Foster's in his second year at UCLA. Still going to take him another year probably to get things moving in the way that he wants it to. But this is a fun game. I don't know what you mean. Like, I think this is a fun game here.
Yeah.
Dude, Pac-12 After Dark used to be amazing. Why can this game not be that?
Pac-12 After Dark used to be really fun because of the highlights and how much scoring there was, and you wouldn't know until you hopped onto the ESPN at 9 a.m. the next day of just like, oh my gosh, look what happened last night. This game, UCLA beat Hawaii 16-13 to open the season.
Okay, all right. Okay. Now, that's fair. That's fair. But I think this is going to be a very good game and an interesting game. So I'm excited to watch it. It's one of the only games on at 10 o'clock at night that is worth watching. So yeah, I will be watching it. So we've got a sweep here. Both go in Utah in this matchup here. Chase, what's the next game you got?